I was a Muslim. Astaghfirullah, I was a Muslim when I was at my lowest point. When I was at my lowest point morally, when I was at my lowest point in terms of my character, I was a Muslim. When I deviated so far away from my fitrah that it seemed like it was just impossible to ever get back to it. So I'm saying this because it's not just being Muslim that's going to restore you. It's not just being a Muslim. You know, Islam comes from the Arabic word for submission, for surrender. And a Muslim is supposed to be the one who submits. A Muslim is the one who surrenders. So you have to treat this in your mind as a verb. You understand me? Instead of a noun. I mean, it is a noun. Grammatically, it is a noun. But I'm saying that the act of submitting, the act of surrendering, this has to be active. You know, I know for non-Muslims, especially for Westerners, they will recoil at the word slave. They recoil from thinking of themselves as slaves even of God, slaves of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They like to think of themselves, and they use the term children of God, but no, you're a slave. You're a slave of Allah, you're a slave of God. You are a servant. That's all you ever are, and that's all you ever can be. And you need to very vividly try to understand yourself as such. And when a slave is told to do something, he does it. When a slave is told to do something, he does it. And if he's told to not do something, then that slave will refrain from it, and that's a good slave. And a good slave knows that his master is watching. A good slave knows that his master is watching, and he acts like he knows his master is watching. And like I said, don't get offended by this. Don't get offended by this, because we're not talking about a human master. We're not talking about a human master. In fact, we're talking about the only master that you can serve that isn't a human master. Do you understand me? Because the truth is, if you are not serving Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, if you're not serving God, then you are definitely serving some other slave pretending to be a master. You're serving some other slave who's right alongside you and telling you that they are the master, when they're no kind of master. They're no kind of master whatsoever. They're just a slave just like you. You're either serving them or you're serving your own self. And either way, that's a humiliating situation for you. It's a humiliating and misguided situation. No, you're serving the highest master. You're serving the best master. You're serving the master whom it is an honor to serve. And in doing that, you are rejecting every other claimant, every other person, every other so-called authority, every other individual or every other institution, including your own self, that tries to make you a slave. I am a slave to one and only master, one and only master. And everyone other than him is nothing but a slave just like me. And I prove that this is my one and only master. How? By obedience. By obedience to him and him alone. It means not to your own self, not to anyone else. It means if disobeying my own self is required in my obedience to him, then I'll disobey myself. I'll disobey my own self. And when you obey him in disobedience to your own self, that is when you know, that's when you will know without a doubt who is the master and who is the slave. Because whatever he tells you to do, whatever his orders are, whatever his commands are, whatever his instructions are, it's always going to be better for you than whatever you might tell yourself, whatever you might command yourself, whatever you might instruct yourself to do. So you see, it was disobedience to your master and obedience to yourself or obedience to other than him that led you into the humiliation and into the self-betrayal of wrongdoing in the first place. And the only way out of that, the only way back from that is obedience. That's the only way. It's the firm, resolute determination that you will dutifully, diligently, vigilantly, and to the best of your ability follow and try to implement what he told you to do, and avoid as best as you can what he told you to avoid. Because listen, you already have experience in following yourself. I have experience in following myself, and we already know, both of us, you and I both know what you get from following yourself or from following other people. You get mixed up. You get far away from where you want to be. You get far away from what you want to be. You get far away from who you want to be. It changes you for the worse. It changes you for the worse. But the one who made you can also restore you. And I'm telling you, don't worry about your heart. Don't worry about your heart. This is what I'm telling you. Your heart is fine. This is what I want you to understand. Your heart is fine. Your heart is good. Your soul is pure. It was your heart that you have betrayed by your actions. That's what your problem has been. Your problem has been your actions, not your heart. Your actions have betrayed your good heart. You understand me? And now what needs to happen is for you to start making your actions align with the goodness of your heart, align with the purity of your soul. Because your whole problem is you've been doing the opposite. You need to align with the soundness of your fitrah, because you're out of whack. You understand? You're out of whack. You're out of sync. You're doing things that your purity would never do. You're doing things that your honesty would never allow you to do. You're doing things that your morality would never approve of. Means you're letting yourself down. That's self-betrayal. It's self-betrayal. And you need to do the things that not only if you do them, you don't mind if people find out about them, but you also are doing things that you can remember with contentment in the future instead of with regret.